Good evening. There it is. My name is Robin Garner, and I would like to welcome you to this evening's performance, which serves as the final project for IB Music. IB faculty work toward providing opportunities for students to take their knowledge and skills and put them into practice. This is what you will witness tonight. I would like to recognize several IB students who have participated in the creation of this project. Abigail Pickens is our director, Mac Mertens is our stage manager, and Grant Dunham is assisting on cameras. These students are able to use this experience to satisfy some of their requirements for CAS, which stands for Creativity, Action, and Service toward their IB diploma. Cafe Carousel is the creation of Maida Lipkin, my dear friend and colleague. Maida is an accomplished director, pianist, conductor, vocal arranger, music therapist, and educator, with several international and Broadway credits, including Jerry's Girls starring Carol Channing. Maida has traveled extensively, conducting Aladdin in Jordan and Peter Pan in the former Soviet Union. Moving to Charleston from New York City in 1991, she served as Associate Director of Music at the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist and joined the theater faculty at the College of Charleston as Artist in Residence in 1994. Currently, Maida is a life coach and is active in social justice projects in the Charleston area. Special thanks tonight to Grady McAvoy, Lisa Allen, and Reed Halverson for their assistance in lighting, sound, cameras, costumes, and all things technical. Thanks to Leanne Markalunas and Lydia Pettigrew for backstage assistance. Thanks to Amanda Beckrich, our IB coordinator, Elizabeth Jarrett, our Director of Service, and Melanie Gordon, our Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, for their support of this project. Finally, I would like to thank all of our student participants for their efforts and commitment in creating this special event. And before we begin, I would ask you that you would silence your phones, and I hope that you enjoy this program. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to Cafe Carousel. My name is Para and this is Austin. We'll be your hosts for tonight, bringing you music from a duo almost as incredible as we are, Rodgers and Hammerstein. We are so excited to share with you some of the most beautiful music, groundbreaking stories, and revolutionary themes written by Rodgers and Hammerstein. The composer Richard Rodgers and lyricist Oscar Hammerstein were considered the best of their time. Their work initiated the golden age of theater. Their musicals were plot-driven instead of star-centered. The themes contained within these plots were mature, sophisticated, and often concerned with social justice or significant historical issues. Prior to their first collaboration in 1943, musicals barely even had plots, much less ones that contained challenging subject matter. But Rodgers and Hammerstein were masterful at presenting these themes while simultaneously giving the audience what they wanted: delightful music and dance, and wonderfully romantic love stories. Tonight, we hope to follow in Rodgers and Hammerstein's footsteps.
Or dance steps. We want to delight you with some of their music, while letting you know a bit about their cutting-edge plots and themes. Carousel, which will be our final offering for tonight, is the centerpiece of our show. Since Carousel's central theme is domestic violence, all of the donations that you have brought in today will go to Safe Harbor, a charity that supports women who are victims of domestic violence.
Do you hear that?
What?
The sound of music.
Oh no, stop that.
The hills are alive with the sound of music.
Oh my God, so embarrassing. We want to begin tonight's performance with one of Rodgers and Hammerstein's most treasured musicals and their last collaboration, The Sound of Music. Set in Austria on the eve of the Third Reich's takeover of the country, The Sound of Music follows the true story of Maria von Trapp and the 7 von Trapp children. 7? I can barely get along with one sister. We follow her story from renegade nun to rebellious governess to loving wife and mother. Finally, the musical recounts her family's struggle against the Nazis as they make their way out of their beloved Austria and to eventual freedom.
Dixit Dominus Domino meo, sede ad dextris meis. Donec pollam inimicos tuos, scabellum pedum tuorum. Dominus ad dextris tuis, confregit in die ira sua reges. De torrente in mea bibet, propterea exaltabit caput. Gloria Patri et Filio, et in Spiritui Sancto. Sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. Ex admirabilis et triumphator nobilis, ducera ineffabilis, totus desiderabilis, totus desiderabilis. Edelweiss, with its deceptively simple melody and lyrics, is a song of both longing and resistance. On the surface, it describes the little flower set in the Austrian Alps. However, it more accurately describes Austrian patriotism in the face of Nazi oppression.
Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright. You look happy to meet me, blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever. the snow may you bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever.
Let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. When you read, you begin with A, B, C. When you sing, you begin with do, re, mi. Do, re, mi. Do, re, mi. The first three notes just happen to be do, re, mi. Do, re, mi. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Come, I'll make it easier for you. Listen. Do, a deer, a female deer. Re, a drop of golden sun. Mi, a name I call myself. Fa, a long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So, T, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to do, oh, oh, oh.
Do.
A deer, a female deer.
Re.
A drop of golden sun.
Mi.
A name I call myself.
Fa.
A long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So, T, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to do. A deer, a female deer. Re, a drop of golden sun. Mi, a name I call myself. Fa, a long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So, T, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So, do.
Is that what you call a song? Do, re, mi, fa, so, and so on?
No, do, re, mi, fa, so, and so on are only the tools we use to build a song. Once we have these notes in our heads, we can sing a million different tunes
How?
by mixing them up. So, do, la, fa, mi, do, re. Now you do it.
So, do, la, fa, mi, do, re.
So, do, la, ti, do, re, do.
So, do, la, ti, do, re, do.
Now let's put it all together. So,
Do, la, fa, mi, do, re. So, do, la, ti, do, re, do.
but it doesn't mean anything. So we put in words, one word for every note. When you know the notes to sing, you can sing most anything. When you know the notes to sing, you can sing most anything. Do, a deer, a female deer. Re, a drop of golden sun. Mi, a name I call myself. Fa, a long, long way to run. So, needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So, T, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to do.
la,
Do, so, so, re.
fa, fa, la,
When you
fa,
know
la,
the notes to sing,
fa, la,
you can sing
fa, la.
most anything. Do, a deer, a female deer. Re, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself. Fa, a long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. A needle pulling thread. A note to follow, so. A note to follow, so. A drink with jam and bread. Jam and bread. That will bring us back to do. Bring us back to do. The King and I is set in Siam in the early 1860s during Lincoln's presidency. The plot juxtaposes the East and the West and focuses on Siam's desire to modernize. The King of Siam is a harsh ruler, having multiple wives and numerous slaves. As the story continues, many questions about slavery and consent are brought up, leaving both the audience and the king wondering about his ruling style. The memoirs are based on Anna Leonowens, the governess to the children of the King of Siam. One of her first tasks as a teacher to the children is simply getting to know them.
It's a very ancient saying, but a true and honest thought, that if you become a teacher, by your pupils you'll be taught. As a teacher I've been learning, you'll forgive me if I boast, and I've now become an expert on the subject I like most, getting to know you. Getting to know you, getting to know all about you, getting to like you, getting to hope you'll like me, getting to know you, putting it my way but nicely. You are precisely my cup of tea. Getting to know you, getting to feel free and easy. When I am with you, getting to know what to say. Haven't you noticed, suddenly I'm bright and breezy, because of all the beautiful and new things I'm learning about you day by day. Getting to know you, getting to know all about you. When I am with you, getting to know what to say. Haven't you noticed, suddenly I'm bright and breezy, because of all the beautiful and new things I'm learning about you day by day.
Whenever I feel afraid, I hold my head erect and whistle a happy tune, so no one will suspect I'm afraid. While shivering in my shoes, I strike a careless pose and whistle a happy tune, and no one ever knows I'm afraid. The result of this deception is very strange to tell. For when I fool the people I fear, I fool myself as well. I whistle a happy tune, and every single time the happiness in the tune convinces me that I'm not afraid. Make believe you're brave, and the trick will take you far. You may be as brave as you make believe you are. You may be as brave as you make believe you are.
Lun Tha, an emissary from Burma, brings to the king of Siam a beautiful young woman named Tuptim. The king, however, does not know that the two had fallen for each other on the voyage from Burma. Tuptim sings "My Lord and Master" because although she knows she belongs to the king, her heart will forever belong to Lun Tha.
He is pleased with me, my Lord and Master, declares he's pleased with me. What does he mean? What does he know of me? This Lord and Master, when he has looked at me, what has he seen? Something young, soft and slim, painted cheek, tapering limb, smiling lips, all for him, eyes that shine just for him, so he thinks, just for him. Though the man may be my Lord and Master, though he may study me as hard as he can, the smile beneath my smile he'll never see. He'll never know I love another man. He'll never know I love other
We kiss in the shadows, we hide from the moon. Our meetings are few and over too soon. We speak in a whisper, afraid to be heard. When people are near, we speak not a word. Alone in our secret, together we sigh for one smiling day to be free. To kiss in the sunlight and say to the sky, behold and believe what you see. Behold how my lover loves me.
Tufton, when can we meet? When?
It is not possible. We cannot meet alone, ever. Not ever. We speak in a whisper, afraid to be heard. When people are near, we speak not a word. Alone in our secret, together we sigh for one smiling day to be free.
To kiss in the sunlight and say to the sky, behold and believe what you see. Behold how my lover loves me.
Hey, Trip, do you know where Siam is?
You know? I don't. Where is it?
Whoa. Today it's called Thailand, and it's located in the South Pacific, which is also the name of our next musical. South Pacific is an influential musical that was written shortly after the Second World War. It takes place during World War II on an island in the South Pacific, giving the musical its title. It delves into the issue of racism, which was deeply ingrained into society of the time. It addresses racism through the most powerful storytelling device known to man, whimsical love stories. The first is of a nurse, Nellie, and her love, Emile, a French widower who has two biracial children. The second is of Lieutenant Joe Cable, who falls in love with a beautiful young native woman on the exotic island of Bali High. Both Nellie and Lieutenant Cable struggle to overcome their inherent biases so that they can be with the people they love. These enchanting and occasionally heartbreaking stories ingeniously made audiences of a time who would have shared the same biases empathize with and actually root for an interracial couple and a couple with biracial children. But for now, let's get a taste of what the island was like for the Navy troops who were stationed there. They longed for home, they longed for distractions, and they longed for female companionship.
We got sunlight on the sand, we got moonlight on the sea.
We got mangoes and bananas we can pick right off a tree.
We get volleyball and ping pong and a lot of dandy games.
We ain't got dames.
We get packages from home,
We get movies, we get shows.
we get speeches from our skipper.
And advice from Tokyo Rose.
We get letters doused in perfume. We get dizzy from the smell.
What don't we get?
You know damn well.
We got nothing to put on a clean white suit for. What we need is what there ain't no substitute for.
There is nothing like a dame. Nothing in the world. There is nothing you can name that is anything like a dame.
We feel restless, we feel blue,
We feel lonely and in brief.
we feel every kind of feeling.
But the feeling of relief.
We feel hungry as a wolf felt when he met Red Riding Hood.
What don't we feel?
We don't feel good.
Lots of things in life are beautiful, but, brother, there is one particular thing that is nothing whatsoever in any way, shape, or form like any other.
There is nothing like a dame, nothing in the world. There is nothing you can name that is anything like a dame. Nothing else is built the same, nothing in the world
has a soft and wavy frame like the silhouette of a dame.
There is absolutely nothing like the frame of a dame.
So suppose a dame ain't bright or completely free from flaws,
or as faithful as a bird dog, or as kind as Santa Claus.
It's a waste of time to worry over things that they have not.
Be thankful for
the things they've got. There is nothing you can name that is anything like a dame. There are no books like a dame, and nothing looks like a dame. There are no drinks like a dame, and nothing thinks like a dame, and nothing acts like a dame, or attracts like a dame. There ain't a thing that's wrong with any man here that can't be cured by putting him near a girly, womanly, female, feminine dame.
Some enchanted evening, you may see a stranger. You may see a stranger across a crowded room, and somehow you know even then, that somehow you'll see her again and again. Some enchanted evening, someone may be laughing. You may hear her laughing across a crowded room. And night after night, as strange as it seems, the sound of her laughter will ring in your dreams. Who can explain it? Who can tell you why? Fools give you reasons, wise men never try. Some enchanted evening, when you find your true love, you may feel her call you across a crowded room, and fly to her side and make her your own. Or all through your life you may dream all alone. Once you have found her, never let her go. Once you have found her, never let her
dainty as a sparrow. Her figure is something to applaud. Where she's narrow as an arrow. And she's broad, where a broad should be broad. 101 pounds of fun, that's my little honey bun. Get a load of honey bun tonight. I'm speaking of my sweetie pie, only 60 inches high. Every inch is packed with dynamite. Her hair is blonde and curly, her curls are hurly-burly. Her lips are pips, I call her hips, twirly and whirly. She's my baby, I'm her pap, I'm her booby, she's my trap. I am caught and don't wanna run, 'cause I'm having so much fun with honey bun. A 101 pounds of fun, that's my little honey bun. Get a load of honey bun tonight. I'm speaking of my sweetie pie, only 60 inches high. Every inch is packed with dynamite. Her hair is blonde and curly, her curls are hurly-burly. Her lips are pips, I call her hips, twirly and whirly. I am caught and don't wanna run, 'cause I'm having so much fun with honey bun. I am caught and don't wanna run, 'cause I'm having so much fun with honey bun. Believe me, Sonny, she's a cookie who can cook ya till you're done. Ain't being funny, Sonny, put your money on my honey bun.
Hey, Rachel, did you know that you're my little honey bun?
Oh, stop.
It's true. Anyways, one of the areas that South Pacific excels in is the way that they treat their characters' emotions towards their own prejudice. The characters struggle with these emotions, trying to reject them, but not knowing how to. They realize that there's no logical reason for their biases, that it's just a product of their own upbringing, but they still can't seem to reject them. These powerful emotions allow for the audiences at their time to relate to the characters, often going on their own inner journeys along with the characters.
You've got to be taught to hate and fear. You've got to be taught from year to year. It's got to be drummed in your dear little ear. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught to be afraid of people whose eyes are oddly made, and people whose skin is a different shade. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught before it's too late, before you are 6 or 7 or 8, to hate all the people your relatives hate. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught to hate and fear. You've got to be taught from year to year. It's got to be drummed in your dear little ear. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught to be afraid of people whose eyes are oddly made, and people whose skin is a different shade. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be taught before it's too late, before you are 6 or 7 or 8, to hate all the people your relatives hate. You've got to be carefully taught. You've got to be carefully taught.
Well, howdy, Aiden. Are you enjoying the program?
What are you doing? This is a serious event.
I'm just talking like they do in Oklahoma.
Please, Annie, we are trying to teach these people about musical theater history. It's important.
Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope...
Stop! Oklahoma is a serious play. It deals with dust and cowboys and farmers. Okay, I see your point.
Now, Oklahoma is the first musical Rodgers and Hammerstein ever created together. It was written right after the Dust Bowl, and the story takes place in the year 1906. Oklahoma covers many aspects of life in this part of the United States, one of them being the rivalry between the farmers and the cowboys. There was a great deal of tension between these two groups, as they were constantly in competition for land and resources. The cowboys would often require great tracts of land for their cattle to graze on, and the farmers felt that their land was being impeded on by the ranchers. Let's say good morning and then hear about this rivalry.
There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. All the cattle are standing like statues. All the cattle are standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me ride by. But a little brown maverick is winking her eye. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. All the sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy, it don't miss a tree. And an old whip-and-willer is laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Oh, what a beautiful day.
The farmer and the cowman should be friends. Oh, the farmer and the cowman should be friends. One man likes to push a plow, the other likes to chase a cow, but that's no reason why they can't be friends. Territory folks should stick together, territory folks should all be pals. Cowmen dance with the farmer's daughters, farmers dance with the rancher's gals.
Territory folks should stick together, territory folks should all be pals. Cowboys dance with the farmer's daughters, farmers dance with the rancher's gals.
I'd like to say a word for the farmer.
Well, say it.
He come out west and made a lot of changes.
He come out west and built a lot of fences.
And built them right across our cattle ranges.
Why don't you dirt scratchers go back to Missouri, where you belong? We've got just as much right here.
Gentlemen, shut up! The farmer is a good and thrifty citizen.
He's thrifty, all right.
No matter what the cowman says or thinks, you seldom see him drinking in a barroom.
Unless somebody else is buying drinks.
But the farmer and the cowman should be friends. Oh, the farmer and the cowman should be friends. The cowman ropes a cow with ease. The farmer steals her butter and cheese. But that's no reason why they can't be friends.
Territory folks should stick together, territory folks should all be pals. Cowboys dance with the farmer's daughters, farmers dance with the rancher's gals.
I'd like to say a word for the cowboy.
Oh, you would!
The road he treads is difficult and stony. He rides for days on end with just a pony for a friend.
I sure am feeling sorry for the pony.
Oh! The farmer should be sociable with the cowboy. If he rides by and asks for food and water, don't treat him like a louse, make him welcome in your house.
But be sure that you lock up your wife and daughter.
Oh, the farmer and the cowman should be friends. Oh, the farmer and the cowman should be friends. One man likes to push a plow, the other likes to chase a cow, but that's no reason why they can't be friends.
And when this territory is a state and joins a union just like all the others, the farmer and the cowman and the merchant should all behave themselves and act like brothers.
I'd like to teach you all a little saying and learn the words by heart the way you should. I don't say I know better than anybody else, but I'll be damned if I ain't just as good.
I don't say I know better than anybody else, but I'll be damned if I ain't just as good. Territory folks should stick together, territory folks should all be pals. Cowboys dance with the farmer's daughters, farmers dance with the rancher's gals.
Ultimately, Oklahoma, like all of Rodgers and Hammerstein's musicals, is about love. Firstly, Ado Annie and then Lori, the show's two most prominent girls, would describe their experiences with love.
Much a question of not knowing what to do. I've known what's right and wrong since I've been 10. I heard a lot of stories and I reckon they are true about how girls are put upon by men. I know I mustn't fall into the pit, but when I'm with a feller, I forget I'm just a girl who can't say no. I'm in a terrible fix. I always say, come on, let's go, just when I ought to say nix. When a person tries to kiss a girl, I know she ought to give his face a smack. But as soon as someone kisses me, I somehow sorta wanna kiss him back. I'm just a fool when lights are low. I can't be prissy and quaint. I ain't the type that can faint. How can I be what I ain't? I can't say no. What you gonna do when a feller gets flirty and starts to talk purty? What you gonna do? Supposing that he says that your lips are like cherries or roses or berries. What you gonna do? Supposing that he says that you're sweeter in cream and he's gotta have cream or die. What you gonna do when he talks that way? Spit in his eye? I'm just a girl who can't say no, can't seem to say it at all. I hate to disappoint a beau when he is paying a call. For a while I act refined and cool, sitting on a velveteen settee. Then I think of that old golden rule and do for him what he would do for me. I can't resist a Romeo in a sombrero and chaps. Soon as I sit on their laps, something inside of me snaps. I can't say no. Out of your dreams and into his arms you long to fly. You don't need Egyptian smelling salts to tell you why. Out of your dreams and into the hush of falling
Our final show for you tonight is Carousel. Written in 1945, Carousel was absolutely revolutionary. As mentioned earlier, one of its main themes was domestic violence. Furthermore, its hero was more accurately an anti-hero. He engaged in criminal activities, he dies during the show, and he is the character who commits domestic violence. You have to understand that domestic violence was rarely talked about in private circles, much less enacted in a musical. But somehow, Rodgers and Hammerstein brilliantly maneuvered the themes, the plot, and the music so that audiences completely embraced the show. Please enjoy a few selections from Carousel.
When I work in the mill, weaving at the loom, I gaze absent-minded at the roof. And half the time the shuttle gets twisted in the threads till I can't tell the warp from the woof. If I loved you, but somehow I can see just exactly how I'd be if I loved you. Time and again I would try to say all I'd want you to know. If I loved you, words wouldn't come in an easy way, round in circles I'd go, longing to tell you, but afraid I'm shy. I'd let my golden chances pass me by. Soon you'd leave me. Oh, if you would go in the midst of day, never, never to know. How I loved you. If I loved you.
Julie, do you like him?
I don't know.
Did you like it when he talked to you today? When he put you on the carousel that way? Did you like that?
I'd rather not say.
You're a queer one, Julie Jordan. You are quieter and deeper than a well. And you never tell me nothing.
There's nothing that I care to choose to tell.
You've been acting most peculiar. Every morning you're awake ahead of me, always sitting by the window.
I like to watch the river meet the sea.
When we work at the mill, weaving at the loom, you gaze absent-minded at the roof. And half the time your shuttle gets twisted in the threads till you can't tell the warp from the woof.
It ain't so.
You're a queer one, Julie Jordan. You don't ever tell a body what you think. You're as tight-lipped as an oyster, and and as silent as an old Sahara spink.
Sphinx.
What?
Sphinx.
Spink.
You spell it with an X.
Oh, that's only when there's more than one.
Oh.
Julie, I've been busting to tell you something lately.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, the reason I didn't care to tell you is because you didn't have a fella of your own, but now that you do, I can tell you all about mine.
Carrie, what's his name?
His name is Mr. Snow, and an upstanding man is he. He comes home every night in his round-bottomed boat with a net full of herring from the sea. An almost perfect beau, as refined as a girl could wish. But he spends so much time in his round-bottomed boat that he can't seem to lose the smell of fish. The first time I kissed him, the whiff of his clothes knocked me flat on the floor of the room. But now that I love him, my heart's in my nose, and fish is my favorite perfume. Last night he spoke quite low, and a fair-spoken man is he. And he said, Miss Pippridge, I'd like it fine if I could be wed with a wife. And indeed, Miss Pippridge, if you'll be mine, I'll be yours for the rest of my life. Next moment we were promised, and now my mind's in a maze. For all it can do is look forward to that wonderful day of days. When I marry Mr. Snow, the flowers will be buzzing with the hum of bees. Birds will make a racket in the churchyard trees. When I marry Mr. Snow, then it's off to home we'll go. And both of us will look a little dreamy-eyed, driving to a cottage by the ocean side, where the salty breezes blow. He'll carry me across the threshold, and I'll be as meek as a lamb. Then he'll set me on my feet, and I'll say, kind of sweet, well, Mr. Snow, here I am. Then I'll kiss him so he'll know that everything will be as right can be, living in a cottage by the sea with me. For I love that Mr. Snow, that young seafaring, bold and daring, big be-whiskered, overbearing, darling Mr. Snow.
Julie and Carrie both married their sweethearts, but their marriages turned out very differently.
What's the use of wondering if he's good or if he's bad? Or if you like the way he wears his hat? Oh, what's the use of wondering if the ending will be sad? He's your fella and you love him. That's all there is to that. Common sense may tell you that the ending will be sad, that now's the time to break and run away. But what's the use of wondering that he is, whether he's false or true. And something gave him the things that are his. One of those things is you. Common sense may tell you that the ending will be sad, that now's the time to break and run away. But what's the use of wondering if the ending will be sad? He's your feather and you love him. There's nothing more to say.
Although there is sadness contained within Carousel, there is redemption. Billy is allowed to return to Earth for one day after his death to help his struggling wife and daughter and to redeem his past. Rogers and Hammerstein leave the audience as we leave you now with their triumphant song of hope. Now members of the CCS faculty will join us on stage for this final piece.